Trying to appear brave, she marched towards the front door, eyes peeled in case of any sudden movement. Soon, she was climbing the creaking wooden steps. Her knees weren't exactly knocking, but her legs felt like jelly as she cradled the hedgehog with one hand and lifted the other to knock. She could hear Finley's breathing close behind her. Before her knuckles could fall, a heavy thumping came from the other side of the door, as if some monstrous ogre was rushing to meet them. Imogen took a step back, just as the door was yanked open from the inside. She stumbled back into Finley and tripped, and they both ended up on the ground with the poor hedgehog sprawled out on his towel. When she looked up, she let out a terrified gasp. A man stood inside, haloed in the dim light, or at least he looked like a man. He was wearing a long grey smock that trailed from his neck to his ankles. It was unbuttoned on his upper chest, and beneath it, on some kind of undershirt, Imogen made out 2 letters, a V and an M. He had a big mop of tousled grey and black hair on his head. His eyes were wide and crazed, bright green like fierce emeralds, and so intense that Imogen almost felt them burn right through her as he glared at them lying on the ground. He filled the doorway, casting a long shadow from the flickering light behind. He gave the impression of great strength, as though he could rip up a tree stump with his bare hands. Imogen and Finley scrambled to their feet, clutching one another. Imogen carefully scooping the hedgehog up again in the towel. The man stepped out of the cottage towards the children. His feet were bare on the timbered step. He peered first left and then right, with his brilliant green eyes narrowing as he took in the scene. His gaze eventually rested on the towel in Imogen's hands and then softened. "What is it you have there?" The voice did not match his appearance at all. It was deep, but soft too, and it seemed to fill the entire clearing. It's a hedgehog," said Imogen. "He's hurt." The man nodded and frowned as though he was feeling the pain himself. I see. A long pause settled as Imogen wondered what to do next. "Well, you've come to the right place," said the man at last, and a rather gentle smile spread across his unshaven, bristled face. He looked a lot less scary now, and he held out both hands, big, strong hands, palms upwards. "May I have a look?" Part of Imogen didn't want to give the hedgehog up. She didn't know this man or anything about him. But despite her worries, she found herself extending her own hands and placing the little spiky bundle in his. He folded it to his chest, as if what was inside was the most delicate and precious creature in the universe. There, he mumbled. "Quite safe now." With a single finger, he pulled the towel aside and smiled. Imogen was astonished to see the hedgehog uncurl his defences at once and touch his moist nose against the man's fingertip. "Are you a vet?" blurted out Finley. The man looked up slowly, as if woken from a daydream. "Kind of. Yes, young man. The animals call me Vetman."